Well, I was at a treatment center before this, and they felt that I needed more help with the psychological aspect of recovery. I got transferred here. It was actually a pretty easy transition. I got here in the middle of the day, which I think was beneficial. I didn't have to get here at nighttime. I got to meet some of the people here, most of the people here, and kind of get initiated in that way. And it was actually a pretty easy transition. The place that I came from before had a more enclosed environment, and this was very free feeling, very wide open space type feeling, and I felt like I can breathe. Make me feel as comfortable as possible, because it is kind of nerve-wracking to go into a place like this if you've had no experience in it. So I, however, have had experience, so it was really easy to transition. The staff were all very welcoming. A lot of them wanted to make sure that I knew their names, and a lot of them said, if you need anything, come to me and ask. So it was very nice. Well, the Cordoba House is an MH house, mental health, and initially I got diagnosed primarily as a mental health client. And it's a beautiful house. The view is 5-star. It's like a hotel view that you pay hundreds of dollars to be in a night. And it's very guarded. It seems like there's a lot of cameras, but it's a beautiful house. So there's a lot of space. The refrigerators are packed with anything you could ever imagine you wanted. Snacks, fruit, everything. It felt kind of like I was a VIP almost, going into a hotel, and everything's taken care of. It was very nice. I felt like being transitioned here was a good thing. Well, initially they had some new clients coming into the Cordoba House that needed to be the MH house more than I did. Once I got here for a certain period of time, they reevaluated me and determined that I needed to be in the dual diagnosis track. Initially I did not want to go because that Cordoba House is awesome. The view is just mind-blowing, and so I was very apprehensive at first to move. I moved over to Buccaneer, and it's huge. It's a huge house, and I was scared because I kind of sunk my feet into the place where I was at and kind of just got comfortable there. I was there for about 5 or 6 days, and I moved over to Buccaneer House, and the guys look at you like, how is this guy going to be? Is he going to be cool? Is he going to be, weird, looking in our rooms and stuff? And once I got settled and they kind of got a idea of who I was as a person, then everything was cool. And I've been at Buccaneer ever since, and I absolutely love it. I couldn't imagine being in any other facility. It's awesome. The staff is awesome. Liz, the main house manager at Buccaneer, she will do anything she can for you. She will really go out of her way to do whatever it is that you honestly need, and that was really cool to go there and find out that she was willing to work really hard to get what you needed. And the transition was at first I was scared going into a new place, but ultimately it was probably the best decision I made at Sovereign. Well, when I came from my other facility, I was very introverted. I didn't really I didn't want anyone to see who I was. I felt that I was working on myself at the last facility I was at, but ultimately I was just, isolating. And it's very difficult to grow in your sobriety if you're isolating and not being vulnerable to other people so they can see your vulnerability, and you can grow and get rid of those vulnerabilities. So when I got here, it's a little bit more difficult to isolate. My last facility, they had 2 beds in each room, they had a TV in each room. And I would just lay in my bed all day and watch TV and never hang out, never be vulnerable to other people. And when I got here, I started reading a lot more, and I got back into reading my recovery Bible, which I hadn't done in a long time. I became open to getting into friendships with people here, seeing how their personal growth could benefit my personal growth. And it had been a long time because while I was using, I was isolating. I didn't want anyone to see what I was doing. I didn't want anyone to know about what I was doing. And to open up to someone and let yourself have that raw wound, to be susceptible to anything is very, I was very apprehensive. I was very scared to let myself be vulnerable. And since I've done that, I've gotten to know many people, and how I'm not different, how I'm so similar to other people. And at first I thought I was 100% unique, that no one else could be like me. And come to find out, a lot of people have gone through what I've gone through. And so when you find that out, you can ask them what they've done in certain situations and bounce ideas off of each other, bounce things off of each other, and find out that what they did could potentially help you in the future. And I've gotten to know a lot of great people here, a lot of people that have graduated, and I've gotten really close with people here. And it's almost a new feeling, letting your guard down to people, because I've had my guard up for so long. So letting it down and letting these people come into your life and show you how to live differently is life-changing. I like anger management. I like nutrition. I like the nutrition group because, I'm pretty thin, but what I'll do is I won't eat all day, and then at the last meal I'll just gorge myself. And I was gaining, believe it or not, I was gaining weight and in the wrong places, and I didn't want that. And so with the nutrition group, you can find out how many calories you're supposed to have a day, what's the best way to lose a couple pounds, and that was very beneficial to me. I also like stress management because some of my emotions are introverted. I just keep them to myself. I don't share them with anyone. And so it's very stressful to live that way. And to find means of expressing your stress with other people to relieve it is great. And really, I like all the groups. There's not one group that I don't like. I like the music group. Personally, I play guitar and I write music, and usually we'll just play music videos, and then at the end we'll tell people what they meant to us. And I've brought my guitar here every music group. I have it today. Music group is today. I have it today, and I'm going to play one of my own songs and tell the group what it meant to me and why I wrote it. And so I really, like I said, there's not one group that I don't like. I can get anything out of any group that will be beneficial to me. So. what I love about Travis is that he sits back and he lets me talk. And if I want input, I'll ask for it. Otherwise, he just kind of lets me bounce my stress off of him, and I've been seeing therapists ever since my parents got divorced when I was 8 years old. I've seen a lot of different therapists, a lot of different psychiatrists, psychologists, and it's difficult because you kind of have to create a bond between this person because you're seeing them all the time. You have to be able to trust them with your deepest, darkest secrets, and he has no judgment whatsoever. He does not judge. He just lets me talk, and I really have found that to be really, it relieves a lot of my stress. If I'm going through something tough at the time, I'll just talk, and he just sits back and listens, and it's really great. I would definitely tell them don't come in and think it's going to be a 5-star resort. It's not going to be a walk in the park. You come here and you want to get your life back. You want to get your life in order, so you got to get ready to buckle down and do the work. Now, saying that doesn't mean it's all work and no play. We have lots of fun. We go to amusement parks and trampoline houses and putt-putt and all sorts of stuff that's fun. The beach, we go to the beach a lot. But, you have to come to some sort of decision, in your own head that you want to change and you don't want to continue the way you're living. Because if everyone came here and they just wanted to take a vacation, then no one would get better. So you have to come here and want to get better. You can't be halfway, because you're not going to get anything out. You're just going to waste your time. So you have to come to a decision that you want to change your life and you want to better yourself as a human being before you come here. That's the main thing I would say, is don't come here thinking it's going to be a walk in the park, because although we have fun and it's some of the groups are a lot of fun, it's a lot of work too. It's recovery, and recovery is not always fun. It's really about learning what you were doing wrong and how to change that so that you can live your life happy, joyous, and free. Life-changing. Learning. I've been in a few treatment facilities before, and I came here ready. I came here finally ready to do something different. My dad always says, do something different. And I never really thought about it until I came here, and I have so many options. I have so much potential that I'm not reaching. And I would say that I learned how to do something different.